Hi there, and welcome to episode 5 of Factory Floor Fails. If you've been viewing my videos, welcome back. If you're new, well, hello there. So tonight, we're going to do accountability. Let's start with a little truth right out of the gate. Accountability, that word right there, it makes people uncomfortable. Not because they don't understand the definition. Everybody knows what accountability means. Accountability means being responsible for your actions, your decisions, and the outcomes of both, and being willing to explain or justify them to others, often with consequences. Simple definition, hard execution. And here's the thing nobody likes to admit. Accountability is not a management thing. It's not a supervisor thing. It's not an operator thing. It's an everybody thing. From the plant manager to the supervisor to quality to maintenance to the operator pushing the green button. Everybody owns a piece of the result. Now, on paper, that sounds fantastic. In PowerPoints, it looks beautiful. In conference rooms, everybody nods their head. But then we walk out on the shop floor, and suddenly accountability goes missing like a 10mm socket. Accountability starts at the top, whether people like it or not. Let's talk plant managers first. If you're a plant manager who does not come onto the floor, you're part of the problem. Not a problem, the problem. I don't care how good your spreadsheets are. I don't care how many meetings you attend. I don't care how polished your emails sound. If you don't walk on the floor, you don't know your plant. Period. When a plant manager comes on the floor, not hovering, not micromanaging, but walking, listening, and observing, they start to feel the heartbeat of the shop. They see which machines are struggling, which operators are carrying the load, which supervisors are leading, and which are hiding, where quality is actually coming from, where downtime really lives. You cannot learn that from an office. And when upper management never comes down, what happens? They sit in a room with numbers and decide things like, we need 300 pieces per shift to hit our quota. Meanwhile, the machine is on its absolute best day can make 20 pieces an hour, which is 160 pieces per shift. Guess what's not happening? Those 300 pieces. And now accountability becomes a weapon instead of a tool. Operators get blamed. Supervisors get squeezed. Quality gets yelled at. Maintenance gets rushed. But the decision itself never questioned. That's not accountability. That's avoidance wearing a tie. Supervisors, the pressure point of the plant. Now let's talk supervisors. Because this is where accountability usually breaks. Supervisors are accountable to the plant manager for the numbers set in the production meeting. That's fair. But here's the catch. If you're a supervisor who spends the entire shift in the office, you're an even bigger part of the problem. You are the bridge between management and operators. If you're not on the floor, you don't see the problem developing. You only hear about them after they explode. You react instead of lead. And when the problem shows up late, what happens? Ranting, raving, yelling, finger pointing. I've seen it too many times. A supervisor flies off the handle because the numbers are bad, quality is down, the machine went down, someone called off, and maybe, just maybe, his favorite dog just died that morning. Here's the hard truth. You're human. But when you walk through that door, you're a professional. If you need time, say it. Hey, I need a minute. Go see the next person in charge. That's leadership. What's not leadership is unloading your stress on the floor and calling it accountability. Now, before anyone says, well, this sounds like management bashing, let's be clear. Operators are accountable too. If an operator wanders around, avoids their machine, ignores obvious issues, doesn't follow the SOP, that's a problem. Quality isn't off the hook either. Quality that overanalyzes instead of controlling, misses obvious defects, or isn't paying attention at all, that's a problem. Maintenance? If maintenance band-aids a machine, doesn't document fixes, or avoids finding the root cause, that's a problem too. Accountability doesn't mean blame, it means ownership. Everyone owns their slice of the process. Here's where accountability really lives or dies. Communication. If people aren't talking, really talking, accountability becomes punishment instead of improvement. When a plant manager is seen as human on the floor, not hovering, not barking orders, but asking questions, something changes. When supervisors listen instead of explode, something changes. When operators feel safe bringing up issues early, something changes. When setup, maintenance, tool room, and quality are treated like teammates, not obstacles, guess what? Things actually improve. This is not complicated. It's just uncomfortable. Let's get back to that machine example. If a machine can make 20 pieces an hour, 160 pieces per shift, and leadership demands 300, that's not accountability. That's a fantasy. Real accountability says, what can the machine do? What limits it? What fixes are possible? What's the cost versus benefit? Then decisions get made based on reality, not hope. You cannot talk accountability without talking SOPs. If you don't have clear, documented, trained SOP, you have nothing to hold people accountable to. Let's be blunt. You cannot say, why didn't you do that right? If right was never defined. A proper SOP defines the safe way, defines the productive way, defines the expected result. And once that's in place, then and only then does accountability make sense. All right, let's take a quick pause. Let's talk accountability for you for a second. If you made it this far in this episode, that means you're still awake. You're probably nodding. And you might be thinking, yeah, I've seen that. So here's your accountability moment. If you're getting value out of this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. While you're at it, smash that like button because you know you like it. And hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my next episodes. Because if you don't subscribe and then you miss an episode, that's on you. See accountability already working. All right, let's get back at it. Here's a hard truth from the floor. People will not hold themselves accountable for leaders they don't respect. Respect comes from titles. Respect doesn't come from titles. It comes from consistency, fairness, presence, follow through. If leadership says one thing and does another, accountability collapses. If discipline is inconsistent, accountability collapses. If problems are punished instead of fixed, accountability collapses. People stop speaking up. They stop caring. They stop owning results. And once that happens, I'm KPI. No KPI in the world will save you. This is where real accountability shines. When an issue happens, Fix it, document it, adjust SOP, train it so it doesn't happen again. Too many places just fight the same fires over and over and call it working hard. That's not hard work. That's lazy leadership. Accountability is preventing future problems, not reacting to past ones. So let's wrap this up. Accountability isn't about yelling. It's not about punishment. It's not about fear. It's about clear expectations, honest communication, leadership presence, documented processes, mutual respect. When accountability is done right, production improves, quality stabilizes, morale increases, turnover drops, and yes, profits follow. So, if you're a plant manager, or supervisor watching this and thinking, we struggle with this, you're not alone. I've worked with shops where accountability was broken, communication was poor, SOPs didn't exist or weren't followed, and after structure changes, at one shop, over $500,000 in documented savings, a 37% increase in overall production, installation of fix-it-in-the-machine concepts to eliminate repeat errors. No fluff, no buzzwords, real shop floor results. So, if you're interested in improving accountability without destroying morale, reach out. Sometimes an outside set of eyes makes all the difference. Real accountability starts with leadership and shows up on the floor. So until next episode, have a good one.